All right, we are about to see a major death in the family. A new villain, Clayface, being introduced. Bruce is also going to turn on his friends and his family, and the creation of a new vigilante in this issue of Absolute Batman, issue number 23. This is fucking insane. This is one of the craziest issues that it's came out recently. Last issue I thought was pretty crazy with Harley Quinn's origin. This one, nuts. So let's recap what happened last time. We learned that Harley Quinn is the daughter of the Joker. Her mom is Dr. Arkham, who we saw in issue number 10. And we learned that, seemingly, Bruce's father is still alive. I believe that it's actually Clayface, but Bruce does believe that it's real, that everything the Scarecrow's been telling him is the truth. So, let's hop in, because we start with Alfred and his daughter sitting at a little coffee shop, at a tea shop, I mean. Because they're getting tea. I love tea. Honestly, I should make a kettle of tea right now. Let me pause. Tea has been made. I made Thai black tea. And by the way, it's actually the grounds, the leaves, I mean, in a kettle. I did not just buy little tea bags, etc. I had to go to a tea shop. I had them in my cupboard already. These were bought. I didn't do it for the bit. I drink tea. Anyways, Julia and Alfred here are just talking about their life. Thank you again for meeting me here, Julia. I wasn't sure you'd come. And she says this was nice. They are making a dent in their relationship. They're becoming family kind of again. She blamed him for leaving, making the mission more important than her and her mother, but Alfred is here to rectify that. But did you do this just to say that you were leaving town again? No. In fact, the opposite. I believe I'm going to stay here. What? You're gonna get rid of the mission? I think I'm gonna take a leave of absence. Well, why is that? It's pretty unexpected for Alfred. Man's on the mission, just like Batman. It's also a main reason why he was attracted to Batman. He saw the vigor, the light in his eyes for the justice that he wanted to do, and the determination and willpower. Those are words I never expected to hear you say, sir. Why are you staying? And all of those reasons of why I said he liked Batman, well, that's why he's staying. He's staying because of Batman, because he wants to help him. He sees the darkness that is growing within Batman, and he wants to help him from becoming something that he isn't, to help him stay on the path. I came into contact with a young operative while on my assignment here, someone who reminds me of why I got into this line of work. But recently, this young man has lost his way. Powerful people have him fighting phantoms, and he needs my help. The remark is, sounds like the son you never had. Do you like him more than me, basically? I may not have been the best father, Julia, but listen to me when I tell you that these two truths. One, I spent my life in service of country, fighting real enemies. And two, I did it to keep you safe, your mother and everyone else. Because the main thing here is Julia is stating the obvious. You like the kid, you agree with the kid, you both kind of fight a similar mission, you kind of take him as the son you never had. You both are the same. I've listened to you say that many times, Dad, from when I was a little girl. You said it, I said it to myself, but over the years I learned a couple of truths of my own, and you're going to hear them now. So we'll hear her truths of Alfred and what goes with Batman and the mission. But we meet with Robin at the Robin HQ. Don't know what they're at. But Dick Grayson gets out of the shower. Oh, people would pay to see you shirtless, Dick Grayson. I see all the girls on TikTok and Instagram holding up their Dan Mora art of you. That comic book cover. Everybody knows what I'm talking about too. Not just bringing up something random. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Anyways, I'm getting a lot more jokey this episode. This is great. Who wants to break meal plan and get some pizza with me on Jansen and Varley? They have the Robin pie. 5 different kinds of pizza. The one on Miller has the Robin eggs, the little red and green garlic knots. So what's the word? Who wants to come with me? The word is get some clothes on. Well, shame on you, Stephanie Brown. Doing the world a crime. Yeah, someone's trying so hard to move up the polls. Seriously, man, respect the voters. What are you talking about? Well, it seems that the city has made their own popular vote. Who's the best Robin? And this is definitely a meta. I mean, everybody fights online and in person, especially me in person, about who is their favorite Robin, who's the best Robin, etc. I like that they just pointed out in here as a kind of little dig. It doesn't really matter, but it's still kind of funny to have them all fighting over who the best Robin is and actually know a trackable poll for the city. Of course, my favorite Robin is the first two. Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, those are my favorite two. Damien's probably a close third, but that's my opinion. You can hate me. Jarro is up there. I'm not going to say which place, though. See for yourself. Here's the poll. Because Dick Grayson is actually in last. Nice. Don't feel bad. Steph's the dark and mysterious one. Duke's the strong, silent type. Jason's the bad boy. I'm me. This is Tim Drake, the young heartthrob of the team, smart and stylish. He's number one on the poll, number one pick. Not surprising. A lot of people grew up with Tim Drake. I mean, not in the city, but in person. I don't care for Tim Drake. He's pretty cool, though. Don't hate him, but he wins the poll. And there's a big joke about this later that I'll bring up. I have zero idea if it's actually a main thing or why they did it, but it is a coincidence, I guess. But of course, Dick Grayson does not care about this poll, as long as this doesn't distract us from the mission, because that's my goat. You're in last. Who cares about last? Who cares about what? I see what you guys cheered to. I don't give a shit. But he notices Jason suiting up. Why? What are you doing, man? I thought we were done. We already went on patrol. You got to rest up. Rest up? I'm going to catch Batman. Again, Jason's on a crazy mission. We saw this spiral last issue. I was going to say yesterday. Last issue where he refused to quit. Dude's on low battery, about to run out of gas. He's still going on, trucking on, trying to get Batman. I believe there's an alternative motive, or an alternative driver, I should say, not a motive, but maybe Slade told him some secret information like, hey, Batman killed your parents, etc. He has a reason to go for him that nobody else does. We just have not seen that yet. I'm pretty beat down, Jason. Suits are drained too, Jason. I'm not going out there. Nobody's going to join this guy. You're a team. And as a team, you're supposed to go out there with multiple people, not alone. So, Tim, you got my back, right? And Tim kind of says, yeah, that's fine. I'll say it again. The mission is about more than just hunting down Batman. It's about making Gotham better, helping its citizens believe in a brighter future. That's the mission. The Batman thing is technically a part of the mission, but that's not the main focus. To which Jason's point is, actually, it's the opposite. It means hunting down Batman. Slade thinks so. So do I. So that's it. And he goes off. I'm going to tag along. No, man. Let him go. As we learn the first truth, when you're fighting in the service of powerful people, they're all phantom enemies. Talking about how he said Bruce is fighting phantom enemies and I was fighting real ones. Well, yeah. All that stuff you did, is the world that much better for all your decades of service? I don't notice anything. I get that you see the evil and experience it, but it doesn't affect me. Doesn't matter all that much to me. To which, before we learn the second reason, we pick up with Barbara and Harvey. Harvey's checking in on Barbara after the death of Gordon, bringing her flowers. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know what you're dealing with. Harvey is Gordon's best friend and is supposed to be one of the good cops. Sure, he's got some suspicions of Batman usually in the main line, but overall he's pretty good. If there's anything I can do for you, Babs, anything real, let me know. And there actually is. Can you put more detectives on my dad's case? What? Why? What are you talking about? It's open and shut. Batman did it. Scarecrow spin the narrative. Batman killed Gordon. But we know that's not the real truth. And honestly, neither does Babs, because it just doesn't line up. Batman's a good person. He's done good things. Why would he murder a cop in cold blood? My dad was your best friend, and I'm your goddaughter. I'm asking you to look into it. I can't right now. Can't or won't. What's the reason for you not being able to do it? Who above you is telling you no? And Harvey just spills out some shitty answer. It's not the real reason. Please just leave. I don't have time for more empty gestures. Barbara is becoming colder, so to speak. And we know that she's going to become a new vigilante called the Bat. And now we see Harley Quinn after last issue, who had a big fight with Batman, seemingly having them break up, no longer be friends anymore. So the Red Hood gang took their stuff elsewhere. And this obviously affects Harley. She wanted to be friends. She wanted to serve a good purpose. And now she's working on her mallet that Bruce broke, doubling down on it. New mallet all done? What do you want? It's just I know a lot of us weren't into it when you first teamed up with Batman, but we've actually come to like it. No, the Red Hood is done with Batman. We're moving on. I believe that honestly she's going to turn that direction and help Batman again, but this series has been shocking me a lot, so she might not. She might truly become an antagonist for Batman. But of course, that's not the only friend that Bruce has been pissing off. Because now we learn the second truth. When you swing at phantoms, you often end up hitting the closest people to you instead. Which ends the conversation of them leaving. Because this issue is going to be a perfect example of that second truth for Bruce. Because we meet with him in the Batcave, looking at all of these notes, all of these things that he's put together. One example is the story of Bane. Scarecrow's there with the Joker whenever he meets Bane. Taken at Arc D. D for Dread, possible sight. Increased Crow flight paths through Venezuela could point to Bruce. Who's calling him? Bruce, we're all here. I told you to stay away. And he turns around and sees everybody. Dang, bro, look at freaking Riddler's new suit. So we got the Penguin, Riddler, Harvey Dent Two-Face, and Waylon, his friends, not enemies right now, coming to support Bruce. Yeah, nice to see you too. Well, we couldn't just stay away, like it or not. We are family. We'll help each other through things like this. You don't understand anything about what this is. Bruce is obviously not going to accept help. His reasoning for not accepting help at this point is actually freaking insane, and everybody knows it. And Harvey asks, can you just help us understand? And I'm actually loving Absolute Riddler's fit. Look at him, dude. Oh, that looks sick. We know that this Scarecrow has you thinking your life is at the center of some plot, the Batman Project. But if you let us help, we can debunk it. I don't need your help. Too bad. What? These guys are the best of friends, dude. This is great. The absolute villains that I thought would turn on Bruce are still convinced to help him. Amazing friends. And of course, Bruce takes them for granted like he always does. Because now he's got some questions of his own. First, Penguin, tell me about Gribbling Shipping. What? Your smuggling routes. One of the trucking companies you use is Gribbling Shipping, as in Otto Gribbling, a famous clown, a shell for JK Industries. Come on, man. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anything about that. I have so many trucking companies. It's true, Bruce. With today's economic realities, it's probably just a coincidence. WetTech Processing Chips, Eddie, one of the biggest sponsors of your research. WetTech, as in Charles Adrian WetTech, the clown, another one of Grimm's shell companies. What are you trying to prove here? That's circumstantial evidence at best. Harvey, the scholarship that put you through law school, the M. Amorous Award. Amorous is an anagram for Marceau, as in Marcel Marceau, a famous clown, one of Grimm's monikers. Basically saying all of you are connected to Jack Grimm some way, somehow. Don't you see the evidence? This is all planted here. Everything. You guys don't get it. Scarecrow's a master. Some people think he's more than one person, a team. His fingers are in everything. He plans for decades, which now he's getting into even more dangerous territory. There's evidence he laced the Gotham water supply years ago. They thought fluoride, but it was crows. He leaves clues, threads to connect as if my dad is alive. The location where he's holding him, it's in this data somewhere. What the hell are you talking about, right? Do you know what you sound like? Your dad? Alive? Come on, man. Tear the wall down. We're done. No, open your fucking eyes. There's patterns everywhere. They're here. Look, the zoo map. If I draw a line from the bat house to where you were standing when Chill attacked, you get a croc pit. What a weird coincidence. You, Ozzy, you were facing the penguin exhibit. And Eddie, nearest to the monkeys, the smartest animals in the zoo. And even Harvey, you were by the petting zoo. They kept Rams there, the sacrificial favorite of Janus, the god of duality. It was all his design, which means that the key is bats. I'm the last step for this. They were imported from the jungle in Bolivia, perfect for hiding someone. That has to be where they're keeping my dad. If we can just find one more clue, some detail I missed. And now Harvey says, come on, you've definitely gone too far. All of these clues that you're pointing out, dude, they probably don't mean anything. They are probably planted there after the fact. This isn't some kind of puzzle to solve. Puzzles create a whole, not more pieces. It's a con, you moron. Everyone sees it but you. But the main thing Bruce was trying to say here is that, hey, all of you are in on this. He said it before. People think that Scarecrow uses a team. This would be his team. And using decades of time, he knows that these guys have been in his life, setting up everything, helping set up his entire life. You guys are compromised. I can't trust you or anyone else until I learn about the truth. And this pisses off Waylon. What the hell do you mean you can't trust us? After everything we've been through for you, for Batman, I defended you. I told them that no matter what, we are all brothers. And so they came. So what, you're telling us now that we're all enemies to you? Yeah. So why are you still here? Big fucking gut punch to them. And what a dick move from Batman. But two more people walk in. Two more pieces to this puzzle. They stayed because they love you, just like I do. Bruce's mom is actually alive. She did not get shot when we last saw her in the Court of the Owls. Where they left it on a cliffhanger and left her there? Well, she's seemingly alive. And she comes with Alfred. You brought him too? He's the worst of them all. I know you've been spying on me, Pennyworth. Bruce, please. Jim wrote me about Batman. Some part of me always knew that it was you, but I'm sorry that I haven't been there for you. I was trying to help in my own way, but I'm here now. I'm here to tell you that all of this is not true. Your life is yours, and your father is actually dead. No, I see it now. Every lead points back to you. Your time in the Owls. That must be where the last clue's hidden. The location. I need to know everything, Mom. Now, I need to know about the Owls. And she does confirm I was in the Owls, and I will tell you anything you want to know about it. But not now. Not until you snap out of this. Which is the wrong thing to say to the wrong guy. Because Bruce suits up as Batman, and he stares at his mom, making one of the most irredeemable sins, in my opinion, for this man. You will tell me everything you know about the Owls. No, I will not humor that delusion. And Bruce, in a combination of everything that he's been through in the last couple of issues, breaks down. Tell me! Tell me! Tell me! And just breaks the wall behind her, punching it over and over again, until he's eventually held back by his friends. Come on, man, that's your mom! And it gets so crazy that Alfred pulls out the shotgun that Bruce fixed in the beginning and shoots him. I'm gonna need you to stand down, kid. And Bruce decides to run away and retreat. Just let him go. And Bruce leaves out into the night. We got a good one for you, Bruce. This guy, he screwed over everyone in his life, friends, family. A real piece of work. If anyone deserved the bad, it's him. You understand? This is in the past. Bruce is getting a call from Falcone to go on a mission, a hit for this man. Good. Listen, you graduate from Bats, take your spot with us, like I told you. Your new pad is all set up and waiting. This is a initiation, a ritual pact. He's gonna finally join Falcone. Remember, this guy deserves no mercy. And while leaving and preparing to grab his stuff, Bruce looks at his fridge, which has a note from his mother saying, "Be more than this, Bruce. Love you." And he crumbles it up and takes it with him. Which takes us to present day. Jason is flying throughout the city. Robin 2, checking in, checked out scattering accounts of someone dressed as Batman disturbing the peace. Hey, guys carrying around an axe? Can't be that easy, man. Batman's not just gonna be walking around in plain sight. To which when he flies by, he sees him. What the hell? What is Batman doing? And then he turns around, runs back. I love him. You hear a screech and then just flies back, destroying the wall. You freeze. I got you dead to rights. I'm not here to fight. Which is a strange thing to Batman. Why is he stopping? What is he doing? Is he trying to get help? Is he just saying, hey, I'm done right now. I kind of just need to get beat up. But we don't have the answer for that. But Jason does throw a bola onto him and tie him up. That was pretty easy. I got him. I got him. Yeah, fuck yeah. Look at me, Bats. Look up here. Bruce is not even struggling, not even trying to get out. If I was Batman, I'd break through. But he's probably got his own alternative. Fuck yeah, me, Jason Todd, up from nothing. The bad apple, am I right? I'm the guy who saved Gotham City. And just then Tim walks up, or drives up. No freaking way. That's awesome. I can't believe it. And so these two brothers are celebrating. We're a team, man. What are we going to do? And as adorable as they seem, they go up there and start celebrating. Oh my gosh. Come up here, my man. Do I have to ask twice? Come on, you shrimp. We're fucking heroes. And of course, Tim looks straight at Bruce. Don't you get any ideas? Oh, he's so cute. I love him. But the crows show up, which means bad news is coming. No. So while the Robins go and join up there to celebrate, come on, we gotta take a picture of this. Rub this in his face. We should just call him. Make it directly sting more. More crows start popping up. Listen to me! Scarecrow's here! You guys are not safe, you need to run! The Robins are obviously not listening to this. On the phone, oh, hey, Dick. Sorry that you're getting your beauty sleep, but we caught Batman. While something materializes behind them, because it's Clayface. Look out behind you! And Clayface takes the form of Bruce and goes in to strike against the Robins and successfully lands on both of them, while Bruce is forced to watch, unable to break through. Oh, no! Don't you fucking dare! No, don't you fucking dare. This Clayface is learning the speech patterns of Batman slowly over time, but Bruce says, please, just take me instead. To which the response of Clayface is, please. Take me instead. And then a flash of red blood flies out from Clayface, with one of the Robins being impaled. Tim Drake has died, with his body falling right to the floor, right in front of Batman. And Bruce breaks free of the bola. You killed him! And he prepares to fight Clayface, who is like 3 times his size, the same size as Bane. But notice that Clayface is imbued with multiple different hands coming out of him. And the way that he thinks he processes stuff, it seems that he's kind of controlled. There is no real brain on this guy. And while they jump into each other to attack, we see in the past what this hit was about. You ready to go beast mode? Make an example of this one. The Hitman crew all suit up, with Bruce breaking through the motel door and seeing Matches Malone? One of Bruce's earlier friends. What is he doing? With Matches pleading, "Oh, come on, man, I just lost my way. You know what that's like. I'm better than this, and I'm sure you are too." And that pisses off Bruce, who grabs his bat and starts whacking down Matches Malone with no remorse, because all Bruce thinks about is the past events of his entire life. His father dying, Gordon talking to him, and his mother. So he finally stops, a pool of blood with Matches Malone under him, and Bruce stares at his reflection. What are you? What are you? Him and Clayface go back to back, blow for blow, with Batman cutting off his arm, but it just reforming and then getting punched down. Him kicking Clayface, but his foot goes straight through, with him cutting off his head, but the head just comes back. I told you to take me instead. Oh, I am taking you. And Clayface and Batman charge at each other, with Clayface going straight through Batman. And what I could only assume is kind of marking him, leaving some of his residue on him. And then Clayface leaves, going through the sewer vent. You don't get to leave. No, you don't get to leave. Ever. And just like that, he disappears, leaving a mark. So Bruce goes up to the dead Tim Drake and holds his body, but notices a whistle, because Scarecrow came out to play. Shame. So young, too. I guess it was bound to happen eventually, Batman. See you around. And then he leaves, with the only thing that Jason remembering and recalling is that Batman attacked them. He doesn't notice Scarecrow, doesn't remember Clayface, and just looks at Batman. You did this. You killed him. No, that wasn't me. You're gonna pay for this, Batman. You hear me? This isn't over. And now Batman is framed for two people's deaths. The murder of Officer Gordon and the murder of Tim Drake, Robin. What are you doing? Boss says to keep going. Why are you stopping? We're back to Bruce over Matches Malone, with Matches Malone just pleading for it to be no more. So the man that Bruce is helping takes out his gun and points it at Matches. When you want a job done, you gotta do it yourself some days. But before he's able to fire, Bruce smacks him, taking him down, and tells Matches to run. Get out of here. Because he listened to the words that Matches said, saying that we both are better men. We just lost our way. So Bruce takes down this other man while getting shot multiple times in the shoulders, the leg, and then he leaves. You're finished, Wayne, you hear me? You're done. Leaving the bat behind, covered in blood. And that's where we end off on this crazy issue. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because this was nuts, and I cannot wait to hop in to more. So with that, peace out.